Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Breath of Fire 1, where, as it turns out, the town we do need to go to is in fact the moving town in the desert. That's one. Two, apparently at some point in time, I acquired this spell, Warp. I think at the time I might have assumed, like, that Warp was a damage spell. And I think that reasoning comes from the fact that I've also been playing Mass Effect 2, in my off time. And in Mass Effect 2, Warp is the name of a damage attack. I want to say Warp is the name of a damage attack in other games. If Warp was named Teleport, then I would have understood right away that I have a teleport spell. Or if there were... I feel like there really should... Like, you can look at items and look at what these items are, but there's no option for that on the spell menu. You just have, what is hold? Is that paralysis? What is idle even? I'm hoping that Breath of Fire 2, they realize the need to explain what things are on the menu, so that I don't find myself wandering from town to town, back-traveling constantly, when I could have easily teleported. Although at the same time, like, all of my characters are now level 20 or higher, so... For now, though, let's go to this town. Oh, hello. How are you? The sorceress who sealed off the power of Tyr is sleeping here. Oh, you're not fighting us. Our leader is deep inside the palace. Alright. I guess no sleeping at that inn, no shopping at that item shop. It is our duty to protect her from intruders. You look okay! Oh, well, thank you. I was wondering why we weren't fighting, but I suppose now, now I know. Is this the path into the palace? Oh, red slime. Okay, that was an excellent hit, Karn. And then Nick one-upped him immediately by just decimating enemies with a single normal attack. Alright, Ox. You get... Yeah, there's really no reason for your hero character to lead the party at any time once you get a character who's able to do things in the field. Like, Nick can't do anything himself. Karn can safely unlock trapped chests. Ox can break down walls. Bo can hunt. Like, the player character cannot do anything. So, yeah, like, it's once you're able to swap him out of the party, you might as well just keep him out of that leader thing. He only kind of gets swapped back in for story reasons. Like, the game's cinematic decides, you know who should be talking to these characters? The hero. Because the hero is in charge. Even if he possesses no functionality. I feel like there should have been, like, from a design perspective, it would have been a lot easier if you just gave every attribute to the main character. That way you're not constantly swapping out people just for the sake of who you're controlling in the overworld. Like, let's say you're encountering a trapped chest. The only challenge that trapped chests offer to you as a player, once you have Karn in your crew, is whether you just haven't taken the time to swap Karn back in. The skill to deal with trapped chest is really dependent entirely on player patience. Whether you want to go through a menu every single time you encounter a chest to swap out characters, depending on the things around you. Like, I had to swap out Ox in order to break down these walls, and then I had to swap Karn back in order to make sure that I wasn't dealing with trapped chests. Like, I would call that less of a challenge and just more of a functionality obstacle. It's one of those things that gets streamlined in a sequel. And actually, I say that, but I do know in Breath of Fire 2, like, if you're playing as Bo, if you have Bo on your team, you could only hunt with him leading the party. But for, like, functionality, and I feel like that makes more sense than some other things. Like, let's say Nick walks up to the damaged wall. Like, Nick should be able to just press A to the damaged wall, and then Ox immediately steps forward and breaks it down. Because breaking down the damaged wall isn't necessarily the gameplay here. It's an obstacle, but once you have Ox on your team, it's not. It's just there. Oh, a pro shield. Can you use a pro shield? Yes, and it is great. Also, I probably should heal up, because everybody, I think, has taken a little bit of damage. Nick has taken a bunch of damage, but that is just fine. Also interesting in regards to the dungeon design, in that the left and the right paths are identical. Ah. That's okay. We'll always need more experience. It's hard to believe that I want to say I'm only like a third of the way into the game. Which makes me wonder about, like, weapons, because, like, the acquisition of the B ring was such a big deal. Like, what is next for Nick's weapon type? Like, this is different from, I suppose, a lot of the other weapon acquisition in this game, where you're steadily getting improvements from one town to the next. The idea of finding some sort of legendary weapon, some rare weapon where there's only like one of, and you have to go through a process in order to get it fixed and usable. Like, what is the next step up? Is it just going to be something you find in a town and buy from a vendor? I'm guessing I can't go to the right. Even though I'm trying to do that. Alright, let's swap Ox back in. Now, I suppose the question then becomes, if I wanted to extend my little discussion in regards to the functionality of using support characters through your main character, old SP, should you keep doing that specific thing once you have that character that unlocks that thing? You can't equip this item. What is an old SP? Let's take a look at that. Sword Protector? Oh, Gobi can use it. Old Spear. Okay, that... It is worse than what he has. So yeah, once you have that support character who's able to knock down walls, like, what use is that obstacle anymore? It becomes trivial. It does not change how you go through that dungeon. I think the easiest comparison in regards to that would be Karn with his ability, with his lock-picking abilities. Like, there's the dungeon that you pass through a couple times in between Bleak and Aurea, and there are locked doors that prevent easy transit from one side to the other. You end up having to walk around that large section of locked doors. You get Karn, you get the ability to unlock those doors, and that dungeon becomes a lot easier to go through. So then, like, you can't actually create that experience ever again with that same set of circumstances. Like, you can't create a circumstance where you encounter a dungeon with locked doors and you have to go around the locked doors again. Or at the very least from those same locked doors, because Karn is in the crew. Like, when we went through the dungeon for the secret weapon, the doors were, like, welded shut. They weren't just locked. No one was opening those doors. But you can't, like, use that specific gameplay mechanic again to prevent your team from going around. So, like, as a designer of a game, would you even bother putting a single locked door anywhere in the game that Karn could pick from that point onward? Because otherwise, like, the point of those locked doors preventing path is moot. Rage Hammer. Like, the locked door is less about changing the path that you take in the, Hold on, which path? Okay, I was down that staircase, I think. Wow. Is less about affecting the path you take through the dungeon and more about world building. Like, you know something might be important behind a locked door, even if you can easily circumvent it. I suppose you can then say these broken down walls themselves also become a little bit of world building, just to showcase the age of the dungeon. Alright, so that I'm gonna have to climb back up to get to. Also, I feel like I could... the dungeon music just seems like the same chord played over and over again. Oh, wait, we got a little bit of orchestration going on there. Composition, should I say. I take life. I take silver BR. What is a silver BR? A silver bracelet? Alright, what does it do? Nothing. Alright. I'm sure it does something. I'd have to look up what it does. But the fact that I have to look up what it does... Alright, where does this go? Never mind. I forgot what set of stairs I took. Ah, son of a... That's fine. I'm guessing then, in that case, the way to that upper left quadrant, I'm gonna have to go... to this section? I think? Yes, maybe. Okay, yeah. And then this will go up to a staircase, and the staircase will go up to the treasure. But also you could say that the entire idea of worrying about whether or not a gameplay element is repetitive in an old school JRPG, like that entire argument is kind of missing the mentality at the time. Like the idea of these repetitive battles, focus so little on strategy and more just on attrition to weigh down your characters. Although you could say it's like a combination of attrition and planning. Let's see, you can put on that. And can you wear the chainmail? Nope. What about you? You cannot. What about you? Would you like some chainmail? Who can wear the chainmail? It's always convenient when games tell you who can actually use it in the equip screen. Nick, Bo, and Ox. Actually, Ox hasn't really had any replacement armor, so... never mind. His act is 0? Wow. Alright, that is worse for both of them. Alright, great. I'm sure we will never use it, although we can always convert it into cash. Because, as we all know, money can be used for goods and services. Bonus points if you know what that's from. But yeah, I feel like the incorporation of auto battle into this first game is a fundamental aspect of the game design, while also highlighting the repetitive nature of the fights themselves. It's one of those things that kind of like, you hear the comments about like brainless shooters. And I feel as though this is more brainless. That all I'm doing is just more or less turning on very short cinematics and then adjusting health bars every now and again. It also kind of makes me wonder what you can do in regards to turn-based games to really kind of formulate more interesting strategies for your party. Because this game, it has the basics. You have characters who can do damage, you have characters who can use spells, you have characters who can heal. And here we are, we're at the palace. Excellent. Karn drinks the cool, clean water. Okay, which is the correct path forward? Is it... Oh, never mind. This is just their kitchen. The sorceress's kitchen. No furniture, no guests, no tables, no dishes you never have to clean. Hello, suits of armor. Just stapled onto that column. Oh, look, there she is. Am I going to have to make those spirits that are watching over her upset? Is that what's going to have to happen? Let's actually swap out Gobi for Nina. And let's actually swap out Karn for Bo. Because Bo is a more practical choice, has spells. Karn does not have abilities. What is Karn even doing with himself to not even have abilities? Why, hello, angry flashing spirits. You are the warrior destined to be hero. Did you come to disturb the sleep of sorceress? You must prove your worth to be in the presence of the sorceress. Let's see what you're made of. Everybody just wants to challenge Nick to see what his worth is, and this is basically just the smoke cloud, the fire cloud, except blue. No longer red, just blue. All right, we're doing magic cry. We're doing magic thunder dragon. We're doing magic attack up. Actually, let's take a look. I haven't tried renew. We're gonna mess around a little bit. All right, so Fort X fortifies everybody. We're gonna try that. But first we're going to do attack up on Ox. And then Ox is going to bring the pain. Never mind, this fight looks like it's actually gonna be a lot easier than I was expecting. Or at the very least, it's a lot easier than I've been planning it out to be. So we're gonna attack, we're going to Fort X. Just so we can try it out. And we're gonna attack. Ah, alright, so we have the ability to fortify everybody. We don't have the ability to heal everybody, though. Okay, so you can... Let's just have you attack. And then you can... What other spell haven't we tried? Hold? Cura 4, which is just still for a specific person. Hush is... Let's try renew on Bo. Huh. It does nothing. Yeah, let's try that out. Why not? Ah, okay. It probably doesn't work against bosses, but at the very least, we can see what it exactly does. Well done. Oh, we're doing this again. Well, I did not expect... I saw 3 clouds, and I was wondering why we only fought one of them. I suppose that was the reason why. We are fighting them individually. And this cloud is slightly tougher than the previous cloud. And yeah, let's have you heal that person. Heal Bo. And then slowly petrify everybody. Is that just like a translation error? Like the original language might have said something like turn to stone, like stone armor, and then whoever translated it put petrify in instead. Attack. And anybody need healing particularly? Not really. Hold on. That's interesting. So, Ox was attacked with a fire spell. And he countered that fire spell attack with a fire spell. But he does not know fire spells, which presents the idea that characters don't... Like, the game doesn't actually know how to make characters just counter with their own attack types. They are literally mirroring the attacker's move. That is unexpected. Like, I'm sure there's a reason for that. For that specific type of logic. But it is highly unexpected. And maybe, I think one of the reasons... Maybe, okay, I think I might have an idea as to why this might not have gotten notice. Like, I've only played the game for... What, this is part 18? Each part is about... like 30 to 45 minutes. I want to say a couple episodes are running a little bit longer than that, but most are running between like 30 to 40 minutes. However, that doesn't exactly show the recording time. I've been recording a lot of these episodes like a full hour, and then cutting it down to that shorter length, which means I've probably been playing this, like the actual playtime is closer to like 17 to 18 hours. And this is the first time my characters have been attacked by a non-normal attack. That was countered. So I would imagine that would be a very rare ordeal. Well done. Alright, so you can't... We're just gonna lay into this guy. Can attack the mist. Now he's green. Nope, we're going to, again, turn into a dragon. we're going to attack up on... No, up. I keep curing. We want to attack up on Ox, and then we are going to heal Nina as Ox. You know, game, I was trying to argue for your behalf. I was trying to argue that this thing that just happened was a rarity. That it doesn't happen all the time. And only because I've been playing this game for so long did I even see it once, and now I see it twice in 2 battles in a row. You are not making my case very easy to make. Though it's interesting that Ox is the one who does it because he has very little magical ability, which leads his counters to be very poor in quality. Let's see, what am I gonna do? Let's continue frying. Let's continue attacking. How is everybody's health? Bo is at the lowest point of his life. Also, does the Mist seem to only have 1 attack? And somehow Ox is able to counter every single time. This is weird, I've got to say. It's interesting to see, but it's also highly unexpected. Ooh, very nice. I always enjoy a good critical hit. Ah, yes, waste your time recovering your health. Do this. I will support you in that endeavor. Just keep healing yourself for the rest of this fight. And then heal Ox. And attack, and then heal Bo? No, heal Nick. And attack. And we're good. We have proved ourselves before these flashing smoke monsters. You are very determined. I will allow you to wake her. Sorceress, there is someone here to see you. No response. Sorceress, a descendant of the hero has arrived. Please wake up. Still no response. We'll have to resort to Plan B. What is Plan B? Shake the bed? Zap her with lightning until she wakes up. Ah! Hee! What's going on here? Our duty is to protect Sometimes it's sorceress, sometimes it's the sorceress. Sometimes it's sorceress, but capitalized. We have accomplished our goal. Please be nice to the sorceress. We will go now. Goodbye. You better have a very good reason for waking me. What's that? You want to sink the vessels of the dark dragons? Take this with you. Bo receives the old egg. It's the old egg. Put it in a warm place, like the volcano. It will hatch, and the bug inside will cause a typhoon. Now I'm going back to sleep. What? Come back after you drop he old egg into the ocean volcano. Okay, so it's the ocean volcano. That limits the amount of volcanoes that I expect to have to go to. I think I did see a volcano underwater. Can I teleport from this point, is the question. And the answer is no. I have to literally walk out of the city and then teleport. That's okay, that's okay. Even modern games have terrible, have terrible fast travel systems. So I'm just going to cut to me arriving in Prima. Alright, for some reason I cannot teleport to Prima, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to where I'm actually expected to go into the water, northwest of here. And I'm going to stop there for the night. For now though, got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.